We're at the Corvair show and I heard a familiar sound. This is the overflow lot where the non-Corvairs are forced to park. I heard a familiar sound. 6.5 turbo diesel, 130,000 miles, 3,500 two-wheel drive. It's a beautiful Saturday morning. I'm listening to NPR on my radio. What else is new? Liberal radio for the left. And we're looking at all the beautiful, greasy, grimy Corvair parts that we don't think we need till we get home and we say, geez, I need that air door shroud, or the lower diffuser, or the oil pump housing with a high volume oil pump to beat up on your distributor lower bushing. All the good Corvair parts are here. You got your driver quality bumpers for 15 bucks. How can you beat that? A couple little bings and dings. And rear axle bearings for cars and trucks and balancers and air conditioning pulleys. If you've got a Corvair, you come to the Corvair show, because this is where the parts are. 64, 61, 62, 65, headlight doors, headlight buckets for Billy, good tin body.
Been off of this car of mine. I bought the car when it was 2.5 years old. Nobody's ever had it in front of it.
You asking $1,000 for those? $1,500? I'm trying to bid it up for you. I could be your best friend when we got someone with a pocket full of cash.
Not that much cash, but
What we got here? Corvair model, Sunstar. Looks like a 63. Yeah, 63 Corvair.
Kent knows this. They've got a lot of Corvair parts and find a decent set of heads. Yeah, you can find heads.
Corvair windshield molding.
Got more problems than what this got.
Trim parts. Here's a used oil filter. It's the only place you'd find one. 63 taillight lens. Lighter. Pitman bushing. Turn signal lenses. Everything you need for your Corvair. And it's all priced right. No overpriced parts here. I bought a dash for my 65 Monza. A 4-shift dash. Got a good deal. Here's a Corsa dash. 75 bucks. Look how nice that one is too. Needles aren't faded. Corvair starter rebuilt. 80 bucks. Carburetors, exhaust manifold logs, T3 headlights, exhaust crossovers, 4-barrel crossovers. Got used parts, NOS parts, road-tested parts, greasy, grimy parts. Spider. 1972. Hubcaps, trim, suburbans. Hubcaps, turbo air cleaners, wedding band taillight lens. Everything you need. All the goodies. This fellow here sells new parts. Lots of good new parts. Chevy. Good parts, bad parts, indifferent parts. This is a shiny. What was the color of this? This red was called Palomar Red, I think. Palomar Red. And all tuned up by the Corvair Whisperer. Brand new tires, 14-inch Chevy rally wheels with poverty cap from the earlier pickups.
Everybody's happy.
Is everybody happy?
Everybody is happy.
Everybody is happy.
Even
We're at a
you.
Corvair event. I'm always happy. Haven't got time to be unhappy.
Unhappy is a bad idea.
Yeah, unhappy. When you cry alone.
Sorry you didn't buy a Parisienne when you bought your Pontiac.
I worked on the Parisienne. I'm working on one. A Grand Parisienne. Maybe I'll make one. Corvair Monza. How much vacation time? Not enough. I saw this at the Meet the Maker in May.
I saw you at the convention.
And I missed making a video of it. And how often do you see a color is?
The Corona Cream.
Corona Cream. I wonder how it compares to the Mayfair Maze in the 65 Grand Prix that's on eBay right now. I just bought a 65 Grand Prix. There's one on eBay right now for $26,000 in pale yellow. Mayfair Maze, Corona Cream.
You know, it's got to be within a shade or two, because you know the chemist at GM, he's saying, all right, one more squirt of black in this.
Yeah, a little dark umber.
That's right.
Mayfair Maze, Corona Cream with some accents and goldish, avocado-ish. Beautiful car. I love the color. It reminds me of my mother's 68 Camaro she ordered brand new. Corona Cream. And parked behind it is an almost identical to my 62 Spider, a 64 Spider.
Yours is white, isn't it?
White with a red interior. Yeah, a nice Clark's interior. Oh, it's got the same I have this console. Yes, I do. That's a Ropal console. I have one of those. I also have one that's got much thicker lines. And Severson has one. He's passed away. 64 Spider that he owned since 65. And Rick Loving has one. And I've seen one other guy has one.
No, that was an aftermarket car.
Oh, yeah. 30 bucks. 25, 30 bucks. And I have one that has coarser lines that I bought from eBay.
Going on the rally with, of course, Pocket Red Hot. So you need to go into the...
Keep on looking, and you can look at the motor with this GM acrylic engine lid cover. Yep, you can look at the engine for the new Corvair Turbo for 164 cubic inch. With real Kelsey Hayes wire knockoff wheels and that rare Ropal console. I've got something else that goes over the ashtray, the dash pod. It's also a Ropal piece. It has room for a tachometer and 4 gauges. No, over the top, hump. Bought it 35 years ago from an ad in the communique. Weird stuff. I put an ad in and somebody had one. Even has a factory style wiring harness on it. I've got 2 Cal Custom bumpers for the back that I bought at Sturbridge. And they're not the same as these, they're fatter. Front ones were demolished, so I've got the Cal Custom bumpers. Only seen one other set of them. Special parts for Corvairs at the 2015 Detroit Homecoming. Fawn beige, ermine white, cameo cream. We love the Corvairs in every shape and size and color and year and truck and car, and even when they're all wrapped up in caution tape from Canada. This is a Oshawa, Ontario built 66 500, one of the last cars off the line before the plant was closed. We're going into the driver's meeting for the rally. Sweet cars, a whole lot of them. Some have seen better days. 66 Corsa, 144 speed. Look at the red on this 64 Spider. Just gorgeous. Kelsey Hayes wire wheels, wood wheel, push button radio, tissue dispenser, day-night mirror. Wow, wow, wow. Love that red. Love it. Crank that baby up. Sell those parts. That's a vendor. We're heading into the driver's meeting. And last year we drove the Heinz Cruise in Bluebee. I don't know if we'll get another chance to drive in Bluebee. This is the sunny side. Victim seat. Keep calm and carry on. Enjoy this day. Compliments of God. God is love. Carson Racing. If you run with friends, the journey never ends. Bannon.com. Think inside the box. 1 cross, 3 nails, forgiven. Yeah, enjoy the day. Life is short, and you got to enjoy every minute of it. And don't forget the Tide Turbocharged.
I just as an afterthought, I did that very, very quickly. It was too lazy to build an plan this time around. Yeah, lots of things.
We're getting an explanation of how this 140 blow-through turbo works. And we've got to go on the road rally because we've decided to do it this year.
Better do it.
Yep.
See you later.
Blow-off valve, high performance turbo, wrapped in a little blanket, tucked in. Pressurized 140 carb, silver soldered shut the seam on the 140 crossover. Real simple and clean and sanitary, and that's the way to do it. This is a 65 66 tail lamp. California Corsa Starlight Black, Ebony Black. It is perfect, straight as an arrow. Corsa Coupe, Roger Parent linkage, methanol injection. Real simple, pressurized fuel pump. Everything is done clean and neat. And it works, and we love to go for a drive and feel this baby boost. Baby boost. Good boost. Time to hit the road on the Road Rally 2015, the Corvair Homecoming in Plymouth, Michigan, DACC, Detroit Area Corvair Club. We're on the way to Rally.